Hello, this is fourth group and we are gonna talk about an international journal entitled Managing Multicultural Classrooms of Schools in Indonesia. Some considerations. Firstly, you can see and imagine this picture. And this is the members of fourth group. So please watch, comprehend, and finish the video. Okay, here we go. Okay, friends, we start from the introduction. So, do you know that Indonesia is well known as one of the biggest multicultural countries in the world? It can be seen from the various conditions both in terms of the socio-cultural and complex, diverse, and large geographical conditions. Diversities are inherent in Indonesia with the existence of heterogeneous circumstances, including ethnicity, race, religion, culture, and other various things. And diversities in communities are a well we must realize, develop, and keep up appropriately to avoid the occurrence of contradictions. And for the next, let me tell you what multiculturalism is. So, we can say that multiculturalism is the concept of culturing and treating the education process in process of culturing. So, it can be said that multicultural communities can be created with education. And actually, education also has a reciprocal relationship with the social condition of the communities, which means the sustainability of education is an idea of the social condition of the communities or vice versa. The state of the communities, such as the progress and civilization, is reflected in the condition of the education. For this reason, the sustainability of education in Indonesia needs to consider cultural and ethnic diversities within communities. And you guys have to know that the diverse circumstances of the communities in the realm of education could impact the varied condition of the students. You know, diversities within communities allows the students to have different characteristics which are seen from the physical appearances as well as the behavior. The physical appearances including the height, weight, fashion style, hairstyle, skin color, language, gender, social class, religion, academical abilities, and the response of the students. Okay, then we get a little point that education is the right move to face the situation, because it is poised to have an effective role in the process of internalization and implementation of diversity values, with the hope that the awareness of diversity will also grow up widely within communities. And you have to believe it that Indonesia also has adopted multicultural education as a because to achieve equality in education. Multicultural education can be interpreted as the process of developing all human potentials that respect plurality and heterogeneity because of having the diversities of cultural, ethnicity, race, and religion. And the implementation of multicultural education is inseparable from the effort to foster the spirit of multiculturalism. And then I also want to tell you a little that multicultural classrooms then become an early move to start implementing multicultural education within schools. However, Indonesia is still striving for the availability of multicultural classrooms in schools, even though managing multicultural classrooms haven't yet fully implemented because there are some considerations. And this is the major point you have to know. Why the researcher did study? So, I want to tell you that the researcher did the study of the For the intention of understanding deeply regarding multicultural classroom management, which can be a step of implementing the multicultural education. So, let's continue this video.
2. The influence of multicultural ideas in Indonesia. The development of the idea of multiculturalism is the history of American, Canada, and Australia as countries that are quite serious in developing concepts and theories of multiculturalism as well as multicultural education. The idea of multicultural education in America grew through the civil rights movement of the 1960s, which come from Americans that are the offspring of Africans to eliminate the discrimination of the communities such as the accommodation, housing system, employment, and education. The consequences of the action affected the availability of the educational institution, which is demanded to provide school and curriculum that reflect experiences, histories, and the perspective of the minorities. Besides, the whites in America also purpose to partake in employing their class as the social control in school to reflect the diversities within communities in America. Next slide will be presented by Sinta.
Okay, next. Also, Australia has a diverse country, also carries the spirit of multicultural education by including programs intended at preparing students to be able to partake in diverse cultural community to meet the special needs students from various backgrounds. Multicultural education in Indonesia is relatively new, known as an approach that is considered more suitable for the heterogeneous condition of Indonesian society. Although multicultural education is still relatively new, Indonesia is committed to providing multicultural education as shown through the 2013 curriculum. The existence of the 2013 curriculum is emphasized to strengthen the spirit of diversity toward a multicultural society. The spirit of diversity has been fostered since the implementation of the 2013 curriculum.
Okay, I'm Novit Karisma Dwi AG, and the next is multicultural education in Indonesia. Multicultural education provides space and real access to build equality of education. Multicultural education becomes a gate to build understanding, which dimension by diversities on broadening the discourse. The sustainability of the implementation of multicultural education in Indonesia can pull better outcome through understanding and consistently implementing under the right theory or policy foundations, so that multicultural education could be realized comprehensively through clear directions. Indonesia, in its history, has been realizing the conditions of its diversities within the community and its striving for unity as it is written in the national principle Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. But until now, the discourse of multicultural education has not manifested yet even by the education observed. Then ideas and effort are needed to encourage multicultural educations. The things Indonesia need the most to accomplish the multicultural education's objective is effort to implant the multicultural awareness. Next is the state of the multicultural education in Indonesia. Indonesia still needs a long effort in revising textbooks to accommodate contributions and participation for people from various ethnic, religions, cultural, and ethnic backgrounds. In its process, the other effort will have an impact, for instance, the use of a multicultural education model. Model in multicultural education are not only revising the learning material, but also conduct reformation within the education system. Various multicultural education models existing can be an option, then adjust it to the circumstance in Indonesia. The sustainability of multicultural educations in Indonesia can adopt the ideas that by Gorski that cover three transformations. There are self-transformations, process and school transformations, and community transformations. Next is the way to realize the equality in educations. Indonesia needs the teacher educations program to be held actively and make them more open toward the student background. The importance of the teacher educations program is it contains the spirit of the multiculturalism. Indonesia also need to perform the program mentions to prepare the teacher in developing the awareness of diversity through managing multicultural education in the class. Is my friend Sylvia.
The next topic about managing multicultural classroom in Indonesia. Management of multicultural classrooms becomes an important part of the processes that occur in schools. The teacher, as a facilitator, must support the activities of students firmly and purposefully. In Indonesia, appreciation for diversity has been carried out in several schools, including the Tumbuh School or Sekolah Tumbuh and Taruna Nusantara High School or SMA Taruna Nusantara. Tumbuh School, especially To Tumbuh Primary School or SD2 Tumbuh, in the research of Siti Anafiah and Latifah Dinar shows that learning activities have integrated the spirit of diversity. The situation can be seen from the planet class activities by considering the background of students. The class activities encourage students to communicate and help each other, while teachers are more directed toward the potential of students and then overcome the the discriminatory of discriminatory action of students with special needs. And in Taruna Nusantara High School or SMA Taruna Nusantara, in the research of Laila Octaviani, shows the process of implementing multicultural education through teaching, nurturing, and training activities. Although this research is more about the implementation of multicultural education in schools, the existence of values that are developed and integrated can be used as a booster in realizing multicultural classes. The values that are developed in daily life are nationality, struggle, and cultural insights. The implementation of multicultural classes that have been carried out by some schools in Indonesia should be an example for those who haven't, and they can adapt and innovate the systems of the existing multicultural classes. Thus, the students' diversity in Indonesia can be accommodated through multicultural classes with the hope that those students can bring the multicultural class knowledge when socializing and in, in communities. Thank you.
Okay, the next is promoting tolerance in the multicultural classrooms. First one is, why is promoting tolerance being important in multicultural classrooms? The reason is in multicultural classrooms, the students came from with the different cultures, ethnics, and religion. Thus, tolerance is the crucial part of the multicultural classes to build awareness of the students concerning the diverse communities. Next is, why is the cultural mediator in multicultural classrooms necessary? According to Gay, in multicultural classrooms, the role of cultural mediator, as known as teacher, is being necessary because teacher will help students examine cultural conflicts, develop good relationship across cultures, and avoiding ignoring prejudice, stereotypes, and racism. Then, what is the teacher's roles? What is the teacher's role in multicultural classroom? Regardless of students' background, teachers have to try to place themselves in the diversity classes by recognizing students more deeply, having attitudes and behaviors that value, not discriminate, provide fair services as a form of a democratic society. The next is, why are the teachers' roles being important in multicultural classrooms? The action of the teachers that reflect tolerance can encourage the growth attitude and of tolerance among the diverse students. The last is the strategy to build positive relationship in multicultural classrooms by shaking hands and being friendly. Class management using the social and moral curriculum. Teachers need to consider the background characteristic of students. Another thing to realize is that the development of tolerance in multicultural classes is not only centered on the teacher, but also the school must encourage and participate to make it happen.
Okay, finally, we have come to the conclusion point. You guys can read it carefully and maybe take a capture of it. Okay, actually, we have finished this material. So, I want to say thank you so much for watching this video. See you and have a good day.